Greetings and welcome to another video. It's Monday, 26th of August 2024. Happy Bank Holiday. A couple of hours or so ago, I was in Telford Town Centre at Halfords to organise a new bike lock for my bicycle and also talk about some maintenance stuff going on. And while I was there, I met a fantastic lady who enjoys my videos, and it was really good talking to you this afternoon. I really did appreciate the conversation we had, so thank you. And while we were talking, you said you'd seen my video talking about the two books about Haunted Telford and Haunted Shropshire from yesterday, and that one of these books happens to mention ghost stories from Ketley. And I said I'd come back and make a video talking about those ghost stories. And if we have a look, the book I'm talking about, from which I'll be using today, is Haunted Telford by Phillip Solomon. And yeah, there are only two ghost stories mentioned from Ketley, to be honest with you. I'm sure there's been many ghost stories and folklore tales from Ketley over the years. Unfortunately, it's only two such stories in this book. So with that in mind, let's carry on and talk about them. The first story is from the White Lion pub that used to exist in Ketley, and credit to the author of this book, Phillip Solomon. Here's a couple of photos from the White Lion pub. Now, unfortunately, this pub no longer exists. It went out of business. I don't know why or when exactly that happened, but since then, a Sainsbury's local mini supermarket has now been built on this site, and hopefully this Sainsbury's is a benefit and a good thing for the people of Ketley. But unfortunately, as I said, this pub no longer exists, and I'm sure a lot of people from Ketley miss the White Lion pub. It is a shame that it's gone. I have visited that pub though a couple of times a few years ago, and it did seem like a very nice pub to visit. I did enjoy going to the White Lion. It's a shame I didn't visit more often, to be honest here. And yeah, it's a shame I'll never get the chance to visit again. Unfortunately, that's how things work out sometimes. Pubs do go out of business, and unless somebody else comes along to take over that pub and run it as a pub, then that site does tend to get reused as something else. In this case, as a Sainsbury's local grocery shop. So yeah. But with that said, let's get on with what the story about the White Lion pub is, or was. Debbie and Andrew run the White Lion pub, which was built in 1661 and was an old coaching inn. It's on the old London to Holyhead Road, and Dick Turpin is alleged to have stopped here on his travels. Their resident ghost is referred to as Charlie, although we are not sure why, as he was known of and already called that before they moved into the premises. He is certainly active, though, and switches the television on full blast in one of the upstairs bedrooms. This comes on at all hours of the night when no one is in this room. He also turns the stop tap off in the gents' toilets and the gas tap off in the cellar. Also, in the early hours of the morning, the hand dryer in the ladies' toilets is often switched on and can be heard, although there is definitely no one there at the time. It would seem that perhaps Charlie is fascinated with the gadgets of the modern world and loves to fiddle around with the buttons, switches, taps and so on in the building. Pictures also drop off the walls occasionally for no apparent reason, and footsteps are regularly heard running across the landing when there is no one upstairs. This has been heard by more than one person on numerous occasions in the downstairs rooms. So yeah. It'd be nice to hear from anyone who is a customer at the White Lion pub. Did anyone who used to visit here have encounters with this ghost called Charlie? On top of that, what did you think about the White Lion pub itself? Did you enjoy going there? Was it a really good pub to go to? Whatever the story, then by all means, I'd love to hear from whatever people have to say about the White Lion in the comments section below this video. So yeah, by all means, share your stories below this video. They'll be great to read about, to be honest here. So yeah. The second story from Ketley is specifically from Ketley Brook. And I don't know when exactly the story happened, but this is how the story goes. Some years ago, a group of young men were out early in the morning poaching for rabbits by setting snares and laying nets, when suddenly they heard the sound of twigs breaking as someone approached them. Setting their lamps on the figure that appeared in front of them, they saw a very large old-fashioned policeman with truncheon drawn and whistle in his mouth. Legend has it that at one time in this area, a young bobby had been shot by poachers. Was the young officer still doing his duty in the Ketley Brook area? The poachers didn't stop to find out, and I shouldn't think many others who follow this practice would tend to report such an incident if they had similar experience, would they? So who knows how many others have seen this vision. And here we've got an artist's impression, an artist's rendition of the bobby seen by the poachers. So yeah, has anyone from the Ketley Brook area seen an apparition of an old bobby doing his rounds, or has anyone heard any stories about something similar to what I've just said here? Again, by all means, leave a comment in the comment section below and share what you know, because it would be interesting to learn about these things. So yeah, unfortunately, like I said, this book has only 2 stories, which I've just read about from Ketley. If anyone's got any other ghost stories or folk tales from Ketley, then again, share your story in the comment section below this video. It would be really interesting for everyone to read about such things, to be honest. So yeah. On that note, I'm going to finish this video here. Thank you everyone for watching. Take care of yourselves. Have a really good day. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you all again soon in the next video. Take care and goodbye.